I love what I eat in a days. You love what I eat in a days. So let's do a what I eat in a day. And this is a little bit springy inspired because it's been warm out. So we're starting the day off with my protein bagels, like always. If you've watched my other what I eat in a days or meal preps, you know that I absolutely love these. They get in lots of plant protein right in the morning. They're like 35 grams of protein per bagel. I'm making 2 bagels in this video. So I just took my recipe and multiplied it by 2, and it's so easy to make, comes together in a few minutes. You can air fry these or you can bake them. I've been opting for baking them lately because I feel like I do like how they actually come out better when they're baked, but air frying is quicker. So it's just like whatever works for you. The dough comes together super quickly. Then I'm just going to divide it into two, shape it into little bagels, and it's so good. And it's making me so happy because you guys really love this recipe. Like that makes me so happy. Also, how cute is my new pan? So I didn't want to ruin it, so I put down some parchment paper. We're going to pop our little bagels in there. And the key that I found with baking is to make sure the bagels are touching. That helps them to rise better in the oven. It's the same thing we do with biscuits. And I'm going to put some everything bagel seasoning on these. But if you guys have been watching the other meal prep videos, what I eat in a day, I've shared a bunch of variations of ideas with these bagels. So go check them out if you haven't seen that. And then I just pop those in the oven, and yeah, I'm just trying to get off all that everything bagel seasoning off the bottom so that it doesn't burn. And it takes about a half hour, 25 minutes to a half hour in the oven. So it is a little bit of time, but it's not too bad. And then when they come out, look at them. They're absolutely beautiful. And my favorite part is breaking them apart. But we were taking a quick tea break, and my sad little owl, he lost one of his eyes, but my boyfriend glued the eye back on. That came off, so it's okay. And we're going to cut up some strawberries because I always like to have fruit or veggies at every meal. So we're going for strawberries this day. Sometimes I do blueberries. Sometimes I do an apple. It just depends on how lazy I'm feeling. Like sometimes cutting up strawberries feels like too much. And there we go. The bagel's cooled. So I ripped them open. Delicious. Cut it in half. And then I'm just going in with some vegan cream cheese. I'm using Kite Hill vegan cream cheese. I like the chive one, and just spread that on there. You could use any vegan cream cheese. You could use vegan butter. The possibilities are endless. And there we go. That is my really yummy breakfast. I look forward to this every single morning. Then I'm going to prep my Ninja CREAMI. So we are going to do 300 milliliters of a non-dairy high protein milk. We're going to do 18 grams of pudding mix. I'm using this Oreo one. And I'm using the Silk Vanilla almond protein milk. We're going to do 15 grams of agave and like 12 grams of a protein powder, using vanilla protein powder. Mix it all up, put it in the fridge. Put it in the freezer, not in the fridge. Put it in the freezer. We'll see it later. For lunch, I was feeling a vegan quiche. And growing up, my mom always made a crustless quiche, and it was one of my favorites. So I bought some leeks at the store, and I was prepping them here. So I cut them all up, and then I washed them really well. I'll show you how to wash them in a second. And I love leeks in a quiche. They're so good. They're like sweeter than an onion, and they're tender, and I just really love it. And a crustless quiche is so easy to make. And because it was just springy and warm out, I was just feeling it. I was feeling quiche and veggies. So after I cut up all my leeks, I just put them in a big bowl with water. And then all you have to do is mix the leeks around. Try not to get to the bottom. I'm just gently mixing on top because all the sand and silt and dirt that are in the leeks is going to fall to the bottom. And then we have clean leeks. So super simple. I'm going to add a little oil to my pan. I'm going to do spinach. I'm going to do broccoli and the leeks. The fun part about a quiche is you can put in whatever vegetables that you like. I always like to use the bottom of a bag of broccoli for this. And then I just scooped my leeks very carefully from the top as to not get anything from the bottom. I'll cook this on the stove for like 15 minutes. And look, you see all that dirt on the bottom? Yeah, so this is the best way to wash your leeks. And then I'm just going to make my quiche. So I'm going in with some all-purpose flour, nutritional yeast. We're going to go in with salt, garlic powder, onion powder for flavor, some baking powder. We're going to go in with chickpea flour, and then those are all of our dry ingredients. And we're going to mix those up a little bit, get everybody well incorporated. And then I'm going to be using vegan Just Egg. I actually have not used Just Egg in so long. I used to love the Just Egg, and then I stopped using it. Not for any reason. I just stopped buying it, and I haven't eaten it or used it in a long time. So we're going to add that in, and some non-dairy milk. I'm using Ripple here, and that's it. Pretty simple. It's kind of like making a savory cake, and we will mix this all up. First, I mix it with a spoon, and then I go in with the whisk. The whisk aerates it, obviously, because there's little holes in there, and it also helps to mix the clumps up because we don't really want clumps of chickpea flour when we bite into this. We want this to be as smooth as we can get it. So get in a little arm workout and whisk. And then I'm going to add in those cooked veggies, and super simple, so delicious. I just used to love when my mom made quiche like this when we were little. It's not the traditional way. It's a crustless quiche. It's different. And to actually usually use pancake mix. I forgot to buy pancake mix at the store, and I was like, all right, we're just going to go with flour. It's the same thing pretty much. So I mix this all up. I'm going to add in a little bit of vegan cheese. I'm using Violife cheddar into the actual quiche mixture, and then we're going to put it on top. And I'm just going to pour this into a nice big pan. I'm using the same pan again. Normally I wouldn't care too much to put the parchment paper down, but because this is a new pan, I didn't want it to get ruined, so I am using it. And actually it was more helpful because I don't think this pan is nonstick. So if you're not using a nonstick pan, you got to grease it or use parchment paper. And then I just put some more vegan cheese, and then this goes in the oven at 350 Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes until a toothpick comes out clean. While that cooked, I took care of my sides. So I don't know, I was feeling brunch vibes, you know, when you go to a brunch place and you get like the little simple salad, but it's good. So I had some leafy lettuce, and I did salt and balsamic glaze, and then I found a beautiful heirloom tomato, and I cannot wait for summer. I love tomatoes so much. And this is definitely not a summer tomato, but it was pretty good for a super, super early spring, end of winter tomato. Cut it all up, add some salt on there. Delicious. Then my quiche is done. Look at how beautiful that looks. So good. I let it cool, and then I removed it from the pan, and then we're just going to cut it into a bunch of pieces, as many as you want. As you can see, it's not really thick, but that's okay. I kind of like it on the thinner side, so I just cut it into 6 big pieces, and this is great. And then you can keep it in the fridge and heat it up. I've never tried freezing it. You could probably freeze it if you wanted to, but this will be gone within 2 days. I love this. And you should really let it cool a little bit longer, but I was hungry and I did not let it cool probably as long as I should have. So it sets a little bit more. It was still, it really needs to chill for about 15 minutes after it comes out of the oven. And then I was just eating another little piece on the side because I can't help myself. And there we go. I'm going to add some salt. Looks so good, so beautiful. And I have my beautiful lunch plate. I felt like I was eating brunch at a cafe. I felt very fancy. So there we go. That was lunch. Then I didn't have a snack, but today I usually have like an apple as a snack, but I don't know. I wasn't hungry. I ate lunch kind of late. I did snack on a few carrots as I prepared dinner. So these are my carrots. For dinner, I'm making tofu parm and veggies. I'm using fava bean tofu. I love fava bean tofu. It is super high in protein. I like to eat a lot of protein because I have muscle building goals, strength goals, etc. So I slice up the tofu. I'm going to spray it with some olive oil spray, and I'm going to add salt and nutritional yeast. If you want to add more, you can go crazy. This is kind of my super simple weeknight tofu parm. This isn't as involved as the baked tofu parm. I'm going to pop that in the oven, and then I'm just going to microwave some veggies. I have sugar snap peas and string beans. Then I take the tofu parm out of the oven. After like 10 minutes, I flip it, and then we're going to add sauce and vegan mozzarella. Most of these recipes are all on the blog, so I will have them linked, but you can also check out the description box for all the information. But all of them except the Ninja Creamy recipe are on the blog. So the full details are all there. So this goes in the oven until it just gets melty. And I don't know, it's simple, but I love it. It hits my craving for a tofu parm. And even though it's not breaded, it just comes out quicker, easier. I'm going to have a Zevia with this, a cream soda. And yeah. Finally, we get dessert time. So I take my Ninja Creamy out of the freezer for like 10 minutes. It's all frozen. Let it thaw. Then I do one spin on light ice cream. This is it after. Then I do a respin. And now I have been popping it in the microwave for 30 seconds after that, and I will mix it up myself. And I mix it up really good, and I get all the ice off the side, and I find that this has been creating the best texture. And then I just put in some Catalina Crunch, and it is super yummy. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope these recipes help you out, and I'll see you soon with more videos. Bye!